Hi guys, my name is Brianna Molzak and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we have a very special guest who is Tyrell, my boyfriend and business partner, and we're gonna get into the nooks and crannies and all the juiciness of the video that you guys saw posted all over social media that reached about 10 million views, and of the person who stayed at our Airbnb, trashed it with blood, feces, pee, broken items, all of that crazy stuff. And you guys had a lot of questions in the comments and all of that stuff, so we're answering all those today. So you ready to get into it?
Let's get into it.
Yes, okay. So how we're gonna start it, we have all of these questions right here, the frequently asked questions, and we're just gonna flip it over and see what questions we have. So it's don't know exactly what it is, and we're just gonna take it from there. So I'll start with the first one. It should be in like at least chronological order. What's the backstory?
You want to get into it, or
yeah,
you want me to get into it?
I'll get into it since it's in my card. The backstory, long story short, is that we had two renters. They were a couple who booked our Airbnb and they were staying at our place. Ultimately, we were hearing, either some screams or items being thrown out of the top apartment. And it was just a lot of chaos with them being renting with us. And in that video that you guys saw, if you didn't see it, basically when we went into the apartment after they left, we saw that there was blood on towels, blood on the pillows, blood on the bed. And then the whole place smelled like urine. Like the stench was just so strong. And then broken items. It was just basically like the renters from hell. And we did not know that they were these type of people, but that was pretty much the backstory. But so it was a couple who seemed to be like in an abusive relationship and their cat. So those are the three characters in this story who are the renters.
Yeah, it was quite a situation, I'm not gonna lie. It could have been worse though, but it was really quite a situation once we got up there and really saw how things looked. And still, even though it could have been worse, it was still very surprising. How long did they stay? So originally they were supposed to stay for about a month and some change, but they winded up staying for an entire month. Right before they stayed at my place, they stayed at one of Brianna's Airbnbs for a night.
Yes.
Really because we had someone staying there prior, so they couldn't stay as long as they wanted to. But after they checked out of her place, they checked into mine and they stayed so they did all of that within like a month time frame.
And the one night that they stayed at my place, we went to go check on the place after they stayed for one night, and the whole bed was peed up. The whole room smelled like urine, and they stayed only one night. And I was just like, what happened? Are they not potty trained? Our big ages? No idea. But that was first kind of red flag, and then, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. It was actually insane.
Yeah. What was your first reaction when you saw how the guests left the place? My face, literally, I was taken back to Africa. But the way we walked in and saw the garbage bags of clothes, which was 30 bags of garbage bags of clothes, the blood on the towels. Honestly, I kind of wanted to laugh because it was a little bit I couldn't believe it. I was like, no, you gotta be kidding me. They're where's the cameras?
Okay, where's the camera?
And I had to look at Tyrell to kind of confirm, am I tripping? Is this real? But yeah, I was so shocked and I was just blown away. How did you react when you first saw it? What was your first thoughts?
My first thoughts were, I really wish this was more of a side income than a business. I really wanted to crash out, but I realized that's not gonna get anything done. It's not going to make the situation better. The best way to handle this is to get him the hell out of the apartment. That sort of was my main focus. But I was still in extreme shock. As soon as I walked in, first thing I did was pull my phone. I pulled my phone out and I was like, we're getting this exact moment that we've seen the place, just to have it on file, just to have it on record, because we are going to make a really big reimbursement claim.
Yeah, absolutely. I was even thinking of recording when I walked through until I saw him pull out his phone, and I was like, you know what? Let me pull mine out. Actually, yeah, reporting live, because this is some shit.
How bad was it really? It was bad. It was by far the worst checkout experience we've ever had, for sure. It got worse as you kept walking through the space. Like I said, when I was recording, I was going through it for the first time the same way when you were watching, you were going through the space the first time as well. So as shocked as you probably was behind the screen watching it, I was shocked behind the screen recording it. Blood, feces, all those things, it got worse. as we continue recording.
Yeah.
And so it was really bad, really bad. It's amazing that we were even able to clean that space within
the time span
like
that we did.
12 hours. Like we saw the space as it was at around 11:30, and by 8 p.m. that night, the space was back to normal looking. But it was insane to even think that we were able to clean it up in that time frame, because it was that bad.
But we're efficient and we're quickly, and we're big problem solvers. So
Wow.
if that guest was watching this video right now, what would you say to them? Must be out your goddamn mind.
You must be out of your mind.
Yeah, no. What's your problem? What you doing?
How do you allow it to get to this point? I have a lot of questions for that person, but I have a lot of questions that I wish I could have asked them, but it just wasn't. It
wasn't the time. We're still trying to figure out the bags. He was more concerned with washing the dishes over cleaning up the blood-stained towels. It was just, what I would say to them is like,
we did ask one question.
what question was that?
It was about the bag.
We asked him one question about why he had the
smoke alarm.
Yeah, this bag that was like the plastic bag. He had it over the fire detector, and smoke detector, and
his answer was,
he was like, oh no, it's not even about that.
He said it was a long story.
So we never really got answers.
After that, we said, it seems like every question we have is going to be a long story.
It's a long, boring story, trust me.
He tried to clean with us. We were like, nah, bro,
yeah, time to go.
Yeah.
But
what would you have to say?
You out your goddamn mind. That's really all I gotta say. I'm still unshocked. What would you say?
I hope things are better. I hope you're in a better space.
And that's why he's the nice one, okay? That's why he's the nice one.
When you see someone in a messy room, it's more about their mental state than just like the room being messy.
Yeah.
If that apartment was a reflection of his mental state, I'd feel like he's on the brink.
Well, there's two people to account for, so it's him and his girlfriend. I don't know whose mental state is at what. I just know
if she's the cause, I hope you're not with her anymore.
Yeah, I hope you guys are both happy, healthy, and in a better situation.
No, there's no healthy yet. You need to...
Healthy situations, yeah, don't have to be with each other, but healthy situations overall.
Yeah.
But, okay, you go.
Are we healthy?
Absolutely.
See, that's what I be saying. How are we both so calm? No crash out.
Yeah. Well, you kind of touched upon this already, and I was like,
I wanted to crash out bad, but like I said, like when you rent with us, you rent with the business. I can't have me representing the business being that.
Yeah.
I can't have that.
There's a certain type of way that you should be handling problems and having solutions for those problems when you're running a business. And so crashing out in a moment like that, yes, it's like what the everyday person wants to do. It's what everyone in the comments was saying they would have done. They're like, how are we so calm? How are we so patient? But we understand that it's a business and this is bigger than us. So we can't be throwing hands and everybody out when we have to be more solution oriented and solution based and kind of just rectify the situation the best as we can professionally. Now, if it was in the streets, that's different, but we're in the business. So we definitely have to act as such and, just act accordingly when it comes to those kinds of things.
In the streets.
In the streets, it's totally different.
What you mean by in the streets?
In the streets.
Like,
if he was doing crazy stuff to us in the streets, it's totally different.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. But since he's in our establishment, it's something to do with our business. We have to approach that problem a lot differently than if it was another thing. But even if it was in the streets, we're not that kind of people to really even go that route. But we understand that that's more of an option than when it comes to things happening within our business. So yeah, that's my take on that. How long have you both been doing Airbnb, and is this the craziest incident? So my family has been doing Airbnb for since 2010. Tyrell and I have been doing it on our own and under our own businesses for about 3 years now, since 2022, end of 2022 to now. So within these past 3 years, I feel like this is definitely the craziest incident. Yes, we've had either difficult guests or other experiences, but nothing to the magnitude of what we experienced with that guest that you saw in that video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a close second?
Close second is the private one that happened at 211, but we're not going to speak on that one. But
the private one.
But the girl, no, the girl who was a little crazy, and I walked in behind her, but we're going to leave that alone.
That wasn't really bad.
It wasn't bad, but it was scary.
I'm trying to think. Honestly, which one was bad?
Which one?
The one when they had a bunch of pizza boxes under the bed in 211.
But that's cleaning. That's cleanliness.
That's legit cleanliness.
Yeah, that was, but it wasn't blood and shit and broken items. I don't know. It just doesn't. They were just dirty. They were dirty, but it wasn't.
Was it these people not
This
dirty?
was the craziest incident to confirm. Yes, it was the craziest.
Guys, you've ever seen a mountain of pizza boxes underneath the bed? I'm
Yes,
talking like
people.
25.
There's
plus
people that's
pizza.
probably watching that literally do that. That's like, you see that in movies.
Oh, guys, that's not the type of viewers. If you're one of those people, go to the next video. You know what I mean?
But like, there are people I've seen like in movies and stuff like that. Like, you know, people put their stuff.
That is movies.
It's only a movie.
But there's a real person that actually lives like that. So I'm sure that's not the only person.
I hope it's not a majority of you guys.
But yes, this was the craziest.
Throw your pizza
incident.
boxes away.
Yeah, there you go.
Is the cat okay? I hope so. Cats don't deserve it. Honestly, I would say the cat seemed the most unharmed in the space. Like,
With the most frantic.
yeah, the cat was not jacking the owner. The owner was like, can you help me get my cat?
Yeah.
Because the cat didn't want no parts of the owner, which makes me question.
People think the cat was being abused. We don't really know what the cat was going through. The cat just did not want to be handled by the owner at all. The cat was hissing, hiding, super just detached from the owner. Not too sure what was going on. I don't know if the cat was neglected, but the cat was okay and was alive, and Tyrell did have to help the renter find the cat.
That was a crazy
video?
experience. I did not want to catch a stray in the cat's anger, thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was, I've never had to do anything like that, ever.
Do you think they did a BBL surgery? This was something I saw all throughout the comments. So many people thought that they had a post-operation or they did a BBL surgery. I don't think it was that much blood for there to be a BBL going on. I don't think they had a BBL in our Airbnb, which is absolutely ridiculous.
I definitely wasn't a BBL surgery.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
So I think we can lay that to rest. It wasn't a BBL surgery. It's still a mystery as to what happened, but I can tell you 95% was not that.
Were our Airbnb guests on drugs or drug users? I don't think so. They never seemed antsy, jittery. They were never outside smoking, or we didn't find any needles during checkout. It wasn't anything crazy, or it wasn't anything that gave drugs. It definitely gave abusive though, and it gave mental dysfunction just from a crash out standpoint. It seemed like they had a lot of incidents where they were crashing out and they couldn't take it out on each other. Maybe they did, but if they didn't take it out on each other, they started taking it out on things in the property. Or if they were on drugs, they weren't using any needles or anything. Who knows? You don't even know nowadays with drugs. It could be a pill drug, Lord knows, but we didn't get that vibe. And they never seemed high when we ran into them during their stay.
Agreed. But was that a needle cap in the bathroom sink in the video? So many people in the comments thought that the little orange object that was in the sink was a needle cap. I can confirm that it was not a needle cap. It was a earphone plug for noise. If it's really noisy, you can put them in your ear. It's foamy, squishy, has nothing to do with needles. And there was not confirmation of anything about needles. So yeah, that was just something for your ears, okay? We can lay that to rest.
Yes, we can. How much did you guys invest into renovating the apartment before they moved in? So in total, since we got the apartment, we've put in a total of $18,000 into the apartment. And I did a video on that entire renovation process. It's on my channel, but I will say that put quite a decent number into that apartment for them to go about and just completely destroy it in the span of 30 days.
Yeah.
We don't normally put that amount. I think that's probably the most we've put into an apartment.
The place did need a lot of like rehab and kind of just a whole turnaround. So it made more sense why it came out to 18.
Yeah, we put a lot into that apartment.
Yeah. What was the craziest comment or DM we got after the video went viral? For me, it would be a DM that I got of somebody just being super racist and demeaning. Really, I would say kind of like threatening my life to unalive me. That was like the craziest DM I ever got. And they came from after seeing the video of all of this. So that was the craziest DM that I ever got. Definitely blocked them, definitely reported them, but that was like so unpleasant to read and like definitely didn't make me feel good. So and don't do that.
What did I tell you when you told me that?
You told me that that's what would come when, I guess, putting yourself out there or going viral. There will be people who are good people, there will be people who are bad people, and we just, basically, with putting ourselves out there, we open up the floodgates for all types of people and energy to come in just because we're being so open about our lives and stuff like that, but that's what I remember.
Did you replace that mattress? No, that mattress did not get replaced. It had a mattress protector and it had a topper that we winded up replacing. However, the mattress itself, we did not replace. It's a really good mattress, a very expensive one. And the homeowner, which is our partner, they didn't want to replace it.
But not just that, because that just sounds like we didn't want to replace it. We went through the process of deep cleaning it. When we had Stanley Steamer come through to deep clean the rugs and the couches, they deep cleaned and deep steamed the mattress, the headboard, everything regarding the mattress, which ensured that it was clean. There was no blood on the mattress. There was nothing that gave dirty or anything like that. It also didn't smell like pee. Everything else in the room smelled like pee, but we threw away the mattress topper and the mattress was pretty much fine. And so I guess you're saying because of the deep clean and stuff like that, everything else was fine. So yeah.
She beat me to it. But yes, we did deep clean, steam everything. We had professional furniture cleaners come and sanitize the entire space. Along with our cleaners, we had to hire multiple cleaners instead of just one cleaner to fully sanitize the place because it was absolutely insane. If you guys look in the before and afters, you can see the state of the carpet before and the state of the carpet after. Everything that was fabric got steamed and sanitized. Yeah, the mattress is fine. I know people are worried about the mattress
and saying it's old, but it's
old, but
fine.
It's absolutely fine.
If you want to donate, be my guest. But other than that, we've done our due diligence to really clean and make sure that the property owner is happy.
Yep.
Did that experience make you reconsider the Airbnb business? No, it didn't make me reconsider the business. It made me understand the business a lot more, knowing that being in the hospitality industry, opening homes and properties to other people, that this is something that can potentially happen. And you have to be prepared for the case that something can transpire with guests being in your property, regardless of what it is. And yeah, it just opened my eyes and it gave me another perspective. And it actually, I think, armored us and helped us to learn how to deal with situations like this if they ever would have happened again in the future. But you know, yeah, it definitely didn't shy us away. It didn't make us rethink or reconsider. It just made us stronger, more knowledgeable, and more solution based when it comes to situations like this.
Yep. And for those who are afraid to get an Airbnb for these type of specific reasons, just know that we do host the knowledge to not only guide you if it were to happen, but also to help prevent it from happening. So yeah, I think that's one of the good benefits of such a disastrous.
And it's very like a unique situation, almost like an anomaly. And this is like 0.1% of the time of something happening like this. You know, we've been doing it together for 3 years, and out of the 3 years, this is the first time that something of this magnitude has happened. So it's definitely, don't feel scared of Airbnb, don't feel scared about getting into the business. Just, you know, just understand that there are possibilities of things that can happen, but it's very unlikely.
Yep.
Keep going.
Absolutely. Did you guys call the police? Why or why not? No, we did not call the police, and here is why. Because the only way we would have called the police is if he wasn't leaving the premises. There's no reason to call the police at that point in time. One, because there was no signs of any danger per se. Yes, there was blood, It could have came from anywhere though. He could have had a nosebleed, and the blood was only in three spots. So
the cat could have had its period.
It was a lot of reasons why there could have been blood that, one, we didn't really want to go down, and priority at that time was just getting him out of the apartment. So we just got him out as fast as we possibly can. And if there were any situations where police needed to be called during their time of the stay, one, we would have known and been notified, and two, that definitely would have led us to ask more questions at the time of checkout. However, due to the fact that police was never called there prior, the blood kind of went hand in hand with the mess. It was just like, yeah, we just need to get you out of here. We don't even want any parts of this. We don't want to prolong you being here. We don't want to prolong the situation. Just get out, let us clean the space, and move on to the next guest.
And not that we prioritize getting him out the space over the safety of the people. We could clearly see that, yes, there was blood, but it was nothing that was detrimental to anybody's life. We did see that the people, it was not like we saw a dead body or anything like that, absolutely not. And so the blood being there was just like, whoa, what the heck is this? But it didn't require, we didn't feel like it required us to get police involved because everybody was moving and checking out and stuff like that, and everybody can just go on about their lives afterwards. We just have to figure out everything else. How did going viral change our business, good or bad? Going viral definitely changed our business for the better. We've gotten so many more inquiries for our properties. So many people have been emailing, DMing us. It's brought more just visibility to our business and honestly helped us so much. And so we definitely see the power in the virality and how it's kind of impacted our business in a great way.
Yep.
And I just love that for us. And yeah, I couldn't be more happy. That's probably like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. After everything that we've been through, at least we were able to kind of be able to shine light on our business, who we are, and drive more business even in the midst of all that turmoil. So yeah, I guess going viral definitely did change our business for the better.
Did the guest ever see the post or respond after it went viral? Not to our knowledge. We haven't heard from the guest since, and we haven't really heard anything from anyone related to the guest, from the guest to his girlfriend to any family members, so we wouldn't know.
We said 10 million people did see it. We have no idea if they are part of that 10 million people, but that is a lot of people, and we did block their face out, so it's like people wouldn't be able to like hit them up and be like, hey, I saw you in this video. But
I wouldn't be surprised though. World is small. The
guy's phone was bricked like pretty often because his girlfriend kept throwing it out the window. So if his phone was broken, he probably hasn't seen it if he hasn't gotten it fixed. But if it's fixed, then maybe.
Yeah, there was a point where we were contacting someone to then contact him, but the way he was contacting him was through email. Yeah, it was.
We're all over the place. It was. What did you learn about how social media can twist or amplify a story? Yes, with there being so many different perspectives, so many different comments, people are able to see a video, and whatever version of that video that their brain wants to see, they can amplify it in that way, repost it, what they're thinking, and then you have a group of people that may agree with them or think the same thing, and then now you have like a group of 500 people who like this comment saying, oh, there's drug users in your place, they're doing BBL surgeries, and so many people are like, yes, that's the same thing that I thought. Like now, people are totally twisting a story that's not even true or really happening. And a lot could get misconstrued with social media for sure. So being able to speak on it, clarifying things just like this video here, it's important because social media could really twist the whole scenario. So what you think?
Yeah, I mean, context is key. And regardless if you put context or don't put context, sometimes people still misconstrue it or they interpret it in the way that they want to interpret it. So I mean, in terms of that, we can only control so much of it. We can only do things like create videos like this. But that's as far as it could go. However people want to take it is however want to take it. But the facts are out there. via this video, so there shouldn't be any room for misinterpretation. But even in everything we do to make sure that we speak on the situation, there still will be questions that aren't answered. So, like I said, we could only do so much.
Yeah.
A couple cards left. How much was the damages and the repair costs? So, in total, the damages was about $2,000, and that's strictly just for the damages, what needed to be repaired. To add on top of that, we had a $500 electricity bill, which was not fun to pay, but it was pretty costly, I'm not gonna lie. And then like a couple days later, we found out they broke our computer screen.
Yes. We kind of needed more money from them,
we
for
did
real.
kind of need more money, but to be honest, you know, you just roll with the punches, man. Like, if we had known at the time that we did the sweep, we definitely would have added that computer screen.
Yeah.
But because we didn't check until a lot later, we wound up missing up on that reimbursement. So for people watching who do have Airbnbs and go through these situations, make sure you're checking everything, including things that turn off.
Yeah,
Don't assume that they're working. Turn everything off, turn everything on. Make sure that everything is working and functioning properly, especially after guests leave.
Why do you guys give white towels? We're in the hospitality business. People love to see that things are clean, so white towels are best, because us as hosts, we can see if the towels are dirty and get that squared away. If we have black towels, it'll be a lot harder to see what's dirty, and we want to make sure everything is clean, and white typically correlates with elegance, cleanliness, you know, just hotel standard, and that's why we have white towels. And I know you guys are saying why we have white towel and now they got blood stains on it and then we have to throw it out. I mean, if it was still a black towel, we probably wouldn't be able to see the blood stains as good. So
we would just wash it and give it to the next guest,
which is absolutely diabolical. Yeah, so that's why we have white towels, to make sure that we can see all of the filth and ain't that right?
Right. Did they pay for the damages? Yes, they did pay for the damages, thank God. Which, I mean, like I mentioned earlier, we did miss out on that computer screen, but they did wind up paying for the damages. Actually, the guest, their father, winded up paying for the damages, thankfully. But if they didn't, we would have just went through air cover and got reimbursed for everything.
Did any other host or Airbnb reach out to us after the story blew up? No other host reached out to us. Airbnb didn't reach out to us. I was actually scared if Airbnb reached out to us. They probably like, we need to write a report on this. I was about to be like, damn. But media people, media correspondents did reach out to us, emailing us. They wanted to, you know, get on the story, you know, just basically write up for blogs and interview us about it, but we didn't go through with that. We went through this experience and we posted the videos and we kind of left it at that. We weren't trying to go to the news with it or help blogs have a story for the day. Like, it is what it is. We just left it alone.
Was it a Diddy party or freak off?
Nah.
No, it absolutely wasn't. You guys gotta chill.
Yeah, you guys are really in the comments talking about freak offs and Diddy party. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill. Yeah.
Next question.
Can you confirm everyone left alive? Once again, can you confirm that everyone left alive? Yes, I can confirm that everyone that stayed in the apartment, which was the couple and the cat, they left alive. That's how we know that we saw on the Ring camera that they left alive. We not leaving that up for interpretation. We also saw that it was just the couple walking in and out. So it wasn't a Diddy party, it wasn't a freak off, because there was only 2 people having access to the home. We see them on the Ring camera. So yes, we can confirm that everyone is alive. I hope they're well, but everyone is alive and well. Yes. Yep. Yes, and that was the last question of the segment of T&B, talking about the craziness that happened at our Airbnb. And stay tuned if there's anything ever else. We're gonna
TMB,
yeah, because we gotta give them the tea. We gotta give them the tea. You know what I mean? We gotta wheel it in. But yes, and thank you guys so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here. Like, comment, and subscribe to your girl. And We'll catch you in the next video. Bye.
Later.